All right. Are we live? All right. Are we live? All right. Are we live? Hello, everybody, and welcome to what is this? This is week 3 now. Week 3 of the Casual Esports Amateur League. I am going to be your play-by-play caster tonight. I'm Sticks and Crons. I'm joined here tonight by a wonderful new member to the streaming team, Numentum.
Hello, everybody.
And we are going to be covering the matchup between Please Gang Top and Delicious Daddios, two teams that I've had the pleasure of casting for before. Both very exciting series, both of them a lot of stuff that we as a community can learn from them. Some of these players are historical players going all the way back to the old days of Vantage, like Minor Threat and the AMO. We got a tribunal member in here. It's going to be a great night. What are you excited for moving into the rest of the night, Numentum?
I'm excited to see how Delicious Daddios can handle Gank Top, please, because they're at the top of the division right now, and I feel like Gank Top, please, actually going to give them a run for their money at 2-2.
Yeah, I think this is a really good matchup. I was talking a little bit earlier about how much I enjoy watching middle of the pack teams, like trying to go for that 3rd and 4th seed, because you really see like the great stories come out of those games, right? You know, the team that finally figures it out and crushes the opponent, the team that tries a new strategy and fails. I find all of that compelling, but there is something fantastic about watching the best teams in the division go head to head and just see what their capabilities are when they're at full throttle.
Right. I'm also excited to see how Frostbite does here again, subbing in for another time.
Yeah, Frostbite had an incredible performance both of the games last week. I believe once on Jinx and one on Jin, subbing in for this team as well. I honestly, I tell everybody that I meet, it was the best Jin game that I'd ever seen.
It was pretty awesome. It was.
Mm-hmm. I think really interestingly though, the dynamic that we're going to see playing out here, the nutcase on the side of Gang Top Please is definitely one of their stronger members. He tends to play carry top laners, early game top laners like that Darius, like that Renekton, and I think that looking at how these teams have how these teams have traditionally played in their last few matches has been that sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Please Gang Top needs to put the nutcase on a split pusher because Delicious Daddios are so strong as a 5-man, so coordinated in their team fight. That is the strongest part of the game for them. Once they can get into that mid game, once they can break out and start moving as a team, I think that Please Gang Top or Gang Top Please has to apply a lot of pressure, get those early towers down, so that they can force them to split up their team and go respond to the waves.
Right. It's going to be a team fight team versus a split push team. What you're saying?
Yeah, and we will be getting into bans here. We see the Urgot coming out. That is Cheese Blaze's main champion. He was allowed to play Urgot on stream both games last week. Kamikaze Penguins actually had a top lane Rammus to counter it. Isn't that spicy?
Yep. That's crazy.
Which actually did very well. Did very, very well. Archangel performed really well on that Rammus. Got ahead.
There comes the Jin ban.
And there's the Jin for the substitute Frostbite. Let's see what Delicious Daddios ban is. They do lose bans this game due to their sub.
Right.
As per the league rules. Okay, and Zillion coming out, the last ban. That's going to be shot off towards ZZ Dog, I believe, who plays quite a bit of Zillion. And the Fiora picked up by Delicious Daddios immediately slammed down Darius. That's 2 early game top laners. We're going to have a little bit of a fight.
It's gonna be a good matchup up there.
Yeah, really swingy. Really, whoever gets the first kill is going to be able to split push uncontested for the rest of the game, as long as they use their lead effectively.
Mhm.
Let's see, Caitlyn, just a really safe pickup. Ice is one of Ice's historically played champions. It's very comfortable on that Caitlyn.
Jinx coming in. Frostbite.
And then Jinx picked up for Frostbite. The other champion that he played with this team last week when he was subbing in for them, the Jin banned away, picking up the only champion that he's built synergy with this team on.
Mhm.
Sienna Morgana. Really safe support pick. Going to be able to stop some of these engages on Jinx probably. We will more than likely see a support answer here.
Right.
And Aurelia, that is going to be in the mid lane. That is actually Minor Threat's most played champion this season in ranked. That leaves them really AD heavy. I'm interested to see what they choose to do in the jungle with the Sylas getting banned away, taking away one of the strongest AP junglers right now. See. Sejuani ban, just targeting that champion pool, taking out what they think is the strongest pick this competitive play. That is going to be SSC Superheroes Vi getting taken away from him, his main champion. And then Pike getting taken away from Dirty Band-Aids. A fan of those hook champions, though.
Right.
Pretty bad matchup into the Morgana are Thresh and Pike, his two most played. So we'll have to see what he chooses to do here. Deciding to take away the jungle and that pick both serves to take the J4 away from Delicious Daddios, as well as just pick up a really good engaged tanky jungler for them. Imagine he'll be going full tank more than likely.
Oh, the heck.
Hecarim.
Nice pick there.
Wow.
Well, it might be a little hard for the Hecarim to be engaging with this J4 if he can answer him.
Yeah, you know, Nikomite last week had very, very good performances on that Orianna. I'm excited to see that again. We'll have to see how that matchup goes into Aurelia. I think the onus will be on Minor Threat to win that lane.
The brand support coming in.
Brand support offering a lot of AP damage in a team fight. A lot of AoE AP damage, which is very important. Now that we've got the full lineup here, what do you think about these two teams' compositions as a whole?
I feel like they both have pretty solid compositions right here. Um, the bot lane's gonna be super poke heavy, so we'll have to see how Frostbite can deal with that. But I feel like the jungler's gonna have the most impact in these games, at least early.
We will have to see where those junglers sway the gold in this early game. I think that that top lane is really the most swingy of all of them, though it feels like Delicious Daddios, all of their lanes, if any of their lanes get significantly farther ahead than their lane opponent, then that individual member could actually just 1v5 the game. Whereas Gank top, please, they really need to operate more as a unit. They need to get picks. They need to move around as a team, utilize the Caitlyn to pressure macro objectives. But I mean, we talked about it a little bit before the game. Delicious Daddios thrive in those team fights. So it feels like Gank top please just played a composition that needs to go all in against the one team in the league that you don't want to pick a composition that has to go all in on.
Right.
So we'll have to see how that works out. Ooh. Oh no. They're just out of order. Uh, they're picking for themselves. They're just out of order on the left side, so we can't see the direct correlation, but that's fine. How do you think that this J4 versus the Hecarim match up against each other, knowing that the early game gold, where the jungler's first successful gank is going to be so important? Who do you think has the upper hand?
Um, I feel like the Hecarim might have the upper hand here actually, early. With the Caitlyn and the Brand, they're gonna be, I feel like, pushing hard against the Jinx Morgana, and that's gonna give the Hecarim like an opportunity to get a gank in, an early gank in. But we'll see how it goes.
So if Hecarim's pressure should be pointed towards the bot lane, what do you think J4's correct answer for that should be?
J4's answer.
Yeah, if Hecarim's going to be putting all of his pressure bottom lane, do you think that the J4 tries to match him and counter gank? Do you think he tries to force him to the top lane?
I feel like the J4 should either try and counter gank the Hecarim or put his energy top lane to try and get that Darius ahead of the Fiora. So that a fed Darius is kind of hard to deal with late game. So
Yeah, and a pretty squishy team coming out from Delicious Daddios. It's
right,
going to be really easy for the Darius to pop him. If he has, 3, 4 kills, it's going to be very difficult for Delicious Daddios to deal with him.
right.
So we move into the 3-minute delay here. Well, any thoughts moving into this game?
Yeah, I feel like the Delicious Daddios are gonna have to get a decent lead here, or they're gonna have a rough time dealing with the tanks like the Darius and the J4. Even Irelia can get a decently tanky in the late game, and they all could pretty much one shot like a Jinx if they can get to her. They can one shot that Jinx or maybe that Fiora if they all in at once and get a good team fight.
Yeah, I talked about how on Delicious Daddios, any of their individual lanes could carry, but really the same is true about Gang Top Please. I mean, with maybe the exception of the J4 that is going to be going full tank.
Hmm.
I think that they as individual members, all those carry lanes, even the brand could hard carry as
Right.
well. So it may just be a case of whoever can get two of their lanes ahead,
Hmm. Exactly.
which is very interesting. Which I think is going to have to it's going to have to come from individual play, right?
Right.
Like one lane is going to have to get themselves ahead. I think that if a lane breaks even, then it's just going to be a bloody mess of a game. So the two teams just claw at each other. Ooh, that would be
Right.
exciting. I
I
don't
feel
know if
like
my
this is
poor
gonna
boys could
be
handle it.
I feel like this is gonna be a pretty bloody game actually.
I expect it to be. Delicious Stadios like to play that team fighty, very bloody style. They
Yeah.
love getting in there. So
We'll just have to see if that aggressive playstyle might bite them. Like going against a brand, like you can't if you try and all in a brand with Jinx early game, he's just gonna out damage you with especially with Caitlyn's range. It's gonna be a tough one, I feel like, for that bot lane.
yeah, Caitlyn Brand, very oppressive in lane. Do you think that either of these teams have a significant advantage level 1? Should one of these teams invade?
Uh I'm not sure how an invade would go. It looks pretty even. It would have to depend on what they start, I guess.
We will have to see. what those initial itemization choices are as we are about to load into the game. Make sure to pull the bar forward so that you're even with the game time. Because it's always about a second delayed.
Okay.
Say la vie. We should probably talk about those things before the game, right?
Yeah. I actually
Well,
noticed there that Irelia took ignite. Yeah, Irelia took ignite and Fiora took TP. So that's gonna
report
be
J4, no skins. Let's see.
the Fiora
Grandmaster
TP
Darius.
could the Fiora TP and the Orianna have TP, but the I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Nicomite's TP does transition in them having a little bit more macro pressure
Right.
around the map. If he even gets, one kill for free off of that TP, then it was worth it, right? Like it was just as valuable as an Ignite would have been. All right. So let's go, everybody, as we pull into the first game of our 2-game series here between Delicious Daddios and Gank Top, please. Again, for those of you that are just now joining us as the game starts, I am Sticks and Crones, and this is Numentum.
Hello. My
Looks
first
like
game.
we are going to see an invade coming out from Delicious Daddio. Spotted out immediately on the ward. Ice is just going to back up. Gets Q off. As they run away, they're going to push in. They're going to see the blue. Team's being really safe. So there is going to be a ward placed in there. A little bit of poke damage coming down. Some free gold for dirty band-aids there. And it looks like Superhero is actually going to choose to take a back here to run up alongside the wave. He's going to be a little bit late to that red buff. Ice and Dirty Band-Aids are just going to start pushing. All right. Where do you think that we see Sparks fly first?
I feel like it might be in the top lane. The Fiora Darius is a little testy kind of lane.
Yeah, very fight heavy. We'll have to see who comes out ahead on these trades. Let's take a quick look-see. It is going to be an Ocean Drake first. A little bit of pressure going down on Nicomite as the AMO comes in for a level 2 gank. Has to burn Flash to get away from that play. So we are first looking at the items. We actually see that Aurelia took biscuits in her runes as the pull comes off from that Darius. In that case, he's going to run in. He almost has 5 stack. Cheese Blaze dashing and flashing away. Managing to save himself by hitting that vital proc and disengaging away from the Nutcase and AML. What a great play. A little bit of poke going down in the mid lane. Looks like Superhero is looking towards Minor Threat. Ooh, Minor Threat dashed in. That's going to be his cue to go in. His Minor Threat actually misses the dash, but dashing through him,
Clean escape.
her Q places her behind the target, which caused the momentum of the Hecarim dash. That was crazy.
That was a good play by that Aurelia there to get out.
Very heads-up play. Ooh, a stun coming down onto the Morgana. Dodges the binding, but Frostbite's just going to be focusing down the support. He's going to get cut off by Ice's trap, but the heal coming down as Ice is not going to be able to pick it up. ZZ Dog stealing that away with an auto. 2 for nothing, and the first kill's on the board.
Yeah, the Hecarim getting a kill early is going to be pretty good here for them.
Minor Threat taking a lot of poke here. He does have Ignite in that lane. Cheeseblaze chases Ammo out of his own jungle. Nikomite comes to contest the chicken. The Ammo baiting in Cheeseblaze is going to try to all-in him. Let's see if the Nutcase can save him from a grisly demise. He's not able to save him. Cheeseblaze gets the Triumph proc there, dashes away from the Nutcase's Q. And I think Cheeseblaze is out. I don't think that the Nutcase can catch him. He doesn't have Flash. Neither of them have Flash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cheeseblaze
that's
should
just
have
going to be...
another dash coming up anyway. He gets away. Wow, 3-0 start already for the delicious Daddios. Starting
Yeah,
strong here.
nearly a 2K gold lead to boot. TV coming up from Fiora. Hecarim is pinging on to the Ocean Drake that is about to be up. Looks like that is going to be their next choice of fight. But because of the way that play went, Cheeseblaze has a huge wave underneath his tower and just enough AD that he can easily CS these minions. That's a huge gold swing in the favor of Delicious Daddios. Dirty Band-Aid's just barely dodging that bind. Cheeseblaze getting the 2 autos off with his E, doing a little bit of extra poke damage. Blade Work is the name of her E. Alright. Now we did see some pings towards the dragon. Most of these junglers being cautious around it, but it looks like the AMO is actually moving in the top lane. A stun coming off. Dirty Band-Aid's getting off that passive proc onto the Morgana. That's a good amount of poke.
Yeah, Brand showing the strength of the heavy burst there.
Oh, Minor Threat going in for a trade, but getting absolutely blasted. Not level 6 yet. The Orianna ulting onto herself. Minor Threat missing the ulti, but the Orianna there dying to the Ignite after the fact. And this is going to transition into a dragon play. The mid laner dead and AMO seen top lane.
Yeah, there's nothing that Gank top please can do right here. It's just a free dragon for them.
Dirty Band-Aids being real ambitious, hitting the stun. That Zap missing. Looks like he's going to be able to walk out of there clean. But he misses both his W and his Q there. Dirty Band-Aids is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have Flash. Dodges the Zap. Saves his life.
Dirty Band-Aid's getting away with a very risky play right there.
Very, very risky indeed. As we take an initial look, the Darius has actually been able to keep almost even in CS with this Fiora, but interestingly, that 1 kill in the bottom lane has put the Frostbite 2 waves ahead. Minor Threat has Tiamat now. ZZ Dog hitting the binding onto ice, and Frostbite just walking up and shooting with Pow Pow, I believe. Ooh, the Fiora dashing in the Nutcase
What a
gets
flash by the Darius.
the Q. The
Nice.
ulti ticks are gonna take down Cheeseblaze off of that last tower shot. What a play by Nutcase. Frostbite, a lot of damage getting taken. Dirty Band-Aids showing his moves on that brand. We need to talk about ZZ Dog and just how accurate he's been with these bindings. He has been playing very well.
Yeah, ZZ Dog's been doing well blocking that Brand from doing so much damage to the Jinx. He still gets some damage off, but he's been doing a good job with the black shields and the bindings there.
Those rockets just slowly chipping away at Ice. Ice just not seeming to be able to land any of those skill shots in these trades.
I feel like Gank top please is really gonna have to get a jungle gank down there to stop Frostbite from getting this huge CS leader. He's gonna be trouble in the late game. You don't want to fed Jinx.
No, you do not want to fed Jinx. I mean, this top lane is even slightly behind, despite having a kill. In Minor Threat, he was supposed to lose this matchup, but oh. And a little bit of a fight going down. Minor Threat not going to be able to finish off that kill on to Nikomite, but the stun coming through onto the Morgana, the nutcase, getting a kill for his troubles.
A little bit of an overkill with the Darius using his TP there, but at least he got the kill.
At least he got the kill. It does translate to gold for him. He's going to lose a little bit of his tower here, but it looks like they're going to be pushing for the tower and bottom. Not getting too much, though. Ice very low on mana. Frostbite in a good position to fight here, actually. He has that pickaxe.
He's being very confident here.
Pull going down on a cheese blaze. Phase rush procking by Nutcase as the Fiora ulti comes off. He manages to dodge out of the queue. Darius getting out of there. But
yeah,
not quite the fight that he expected.
I think he learned his lesson after that last tower dive. Not gonna risk it this time.
Man. This Brand is doing so much work this game. Just crazy good supports.
Right.
In this league. Let's see. Iron Threat just farming away. Frostbite almost hitting. Oh, and that's gonna be a full combo by Dirty Band-Aids. Frostbite.
Ooh, nice.
Flashing away, using the stopwatch to dodge.
What a stopwatch there to
that
dodge.
Caitlyn ulti. The ace in the hole not going through as Frostbite uses that stopwatch from perfect timing to save his life there. The ammo still level 6, running up on a level 9 Orion. He's gonna ulti down onto SSC Superhero. They're trying to contest this Rift Herald. Minor Threat starts to go in. He still has ulti, hasn't used it yet, but the Fiora is gonna just sit there and fight him. SSC Superhero flashing in, but Darius is gonna get that kill on the back end. He's gonna be able to get those bleed stacks onto the Fiora. He's gonna get that second kill. And the Triumph does not proc before he gets that last kill on to Nikomite, but great play by the Nutcase, making the best out of a bad situation there. Dirty Band-Aids, so strong with that poke.
Almost enough damage to finish it off. Yeah, I feel like the Brand, no matter how far behind Brands get, they're always dangerous. Wow.
Frostbite just picking up that clean little kill, knowing that the Brand didn't have enough damage to kill him from that point, and exerting his control over this game with that Infinity Edge. See if the zap comes out. Superhero is started out on that ward. There is a ping towards the dragon. Ice really low. Let's see. Contesting vision in the top lane. It's going to be a little bit of a fight here. Cheeseblaze is actually going to get pulled. The Nutcase is going to go for it. He flashes in. She manages to use the riposte. She's healing. She's not quite dead, but Minor Threat just going to pick up that kill onto the Fiora. Just hitting her with that quick E. Morgana ulti coming down on a Dirty Band-Aids as he gets dove by SSC Superhero, but the horse is going to pay for his life with his own.
Right. Dirty Band-Aids getting a trade kill there.
Ulti coming down by Minor Threat onto Nikomite. It's going to actually take this fight. That looks like it's going to be a free kill. It is going to be a free kill. That shutdown going on to Minor Threat. And they're just going to back out from this play. A lot of pressure.
Gank top please is actually kind of making a little bit of a comeback here actually. ZZ Dog?
Dog using
That
perfect timing
no.
and not getting hit. Frostbite does not dodge, getting hit with the stun. That's a huge turn for the bottom lane here, as the Caitlyn's gonna walk up and just manage to finish off that kill, getting the shutdown onto the Jinx. That is some much needed gold. Well played, Gank top, please.
ZZ Dog getting a little too risky there with that play, taking all those tower shots and gave pretty much 2 free kills over.
Yeah, and we'll see how that plays out. 40 CS down is Ice currently. He's gonna need that kill to relieve a little bit of pressure off of him. Ammo just going for the wave here, taking so much damage by Nikomite, who's got Dark Harvest.
Dark Harvest.
The ulti coming out, not able, just barely not able to kill him. We'll see if Minor Threat is able to take him down. Frostbite almost hitting that ulti onto the low J4. Trade coming down. Cheeseblaze electing not to use the riposte early. Gonna get that Noxian Rage fully stacked onto her. It's a lot of damage. Superhero looks like he's gonna come for a gank here.
I feel like he might have been spotted there.
He might have been. ZZ Dog not able to find anything. Minor Threat, hard clearing. Going for ZZ Dog, actually still gonna go in, even though he missed the flawless duet there. And just so much damage coming down onto that brand as he gets turned on. The ulti coming out from the Hecarim, gonna go on to the AMO. Minor Threat is gonna catch him, gonna ulti onto him. This might be a kill for Minor Threat. He flashes away, getting the double buffs and getting out. Frostbite is chasing. The Nutcase actually manages to get the pull onto the Jinx, but that's going to be a Morgana binding onto the Aurelia there. She's not going to be able to finish, and Darius isn't able to get off his ulti before Nikomite takes him down. The profit of all of that gold onto that Orianna is coming in handy now.
These ZZ Dog bindings have been insane this game.
ZZ Dog played very, very well last week. Had an amazing performance on Taric before switching into jungle, showing that he has the chops on other champions here this week. Nikomite coming in for a huge double trade. Flashes away from the ulti. That Cataclysm going to come through. Nikomite's going to go down, but Frostbite is just autoing onto the backline. The ulti going to come through. Super Mega Death Rocket. Not enough, but he's going to take down Dirty Band. A missed net by Caitlyn is going to prevent him from getting the kill on his ZZ Dog. I'm not sure if he could have gotten the kill, even if he had hit the net, but it was a good try.
Yeah, he still got the kill on Dirty Band-Aid, so...
A very, very close fight, though. Hecarim going to be pushing in onto the jungle. Cheeseblaze in a sort of dangerous position here. So it looks like 3 members of Delicious Daddios are going to be roaming top. The Hecarim is preparing for a dive, but he's going to be met by 3 members of Gang Top, please. He has to flash out of there. It's kind of a big deal to not have flash on Hecarim.
Yeah, the Hecarim without a flash is definitely going to lower their engage a little bit, but I feel like they should be okay.
Another Cloud Drake about to spawn onto Summoner's Rift as we take a look. Delicious Daddios have both of the dragons so far, and one of them's an air dragon. You combine that with another air dragon, you slap that on top of a Fiora. who has Trinity Force, a Hecarim who has Trinity Force, and he relies on movement speed for his passive. That is bad news. Actually wasting away Hourglass there is Nikomite as he's going to get engaged on by the AMO. He's going to flub his ulti. That's going to be a kill onto the, actually Dirty Band-Aids. Dirty Band-Aids finishes it off. Frostbite's going to get a kill onto the Aurelia there. The ace in the hole, taking away a kill, then quickly followed up by a kill onto ZZ Dog, autoing that away as the Caitlyn with some much needed gold down this huge deficit. Frostbite's going to come in and be spicy. So much damage. He's got that Runin's Hurricane. Dirty Band-Aids is going to be able to take away the dragon, though I did see it tick down to 57 HP there.
Yeah, that was a really close one there.
Cheeseblade's getting a lot of pressure. They needed to get that air dragon away.
Yeah, Gank top, please getting the first dragon, their first dragon of the game.
An air dragon to boot, which is very, very good for this team that doesn't have very good traditional mobility. They'll need that extra move speed to be able to catch up to Delicious Daddios, especially with them having their own air dragon.
Right.
Minor Threat trying to take a fight with Cheeseblaze. Looks like Dirty Band-Aids is here. The Ignite coming down onto the Fiora. The Riposte comes out. She's going really hard on a Minor Threat. Cheeseblaze is actually able to pick up the kill onto Minor Threat in return here. Using that Grand Challenge to just pick up the healing there. Taking it away. Dirty Band-Aids is going to get the passive proc, but the Riposte is not going to be able to stop the passive from going off. The ammo getting taken down as ZZ Dog actually picks up the kill on the Dirty Band-Aids. This is a huge push for Delicious Daddios. They're going to be able to get an inhibitor here.
Right. They used the Rift Herald down mid, and they're getting a lot from it. Probably wasn't a good call for, I mean, Cheeseblade was up there and he got caught, yeah, but the rest of his team was mid pushing with the Rift Herald, so.
Pull coming down on the two members as the Aurelia ultis in. They stayed a little bit too long in the base, but these members coming out, they're just getting melted by Frostbite. He's able to take down two more members. That Runin's Hurricane doing all the work that he needs this game.
Right.
Gonna get Cataclysmed in on, and ZZ Dog is actually trapped in there too. He manages to dodge the brand damage, but the Jinx does not. Nikomite's gonna get chased down here by the AMO. Cheeseblade's coming in from the side though. See if he's able to deal with Dirty Band-Aids, holding the stun, waiting for that Riposte to come out. They do not have a Cataclysm to chase into this, and the Fiora are just gonna walk out clean.
Frostbite and Nikomite are doing tons of damage in these team fights. I feel like Gank top really needs to start grouping up. They're getting caught on the sides, and they really need that Darius to be there.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they need to use that gold advantage that they have in the top lane. I mean, he's down a lot of CS, so they're probably about even. But Darius is still going to be one of their best options during these team fights to actually finish off some of these members who have shields and heals and not quite lifesteal yet. It looks like there is going to be a GA coming out next for Frostbite, if I'm not mistaken. ZZ Dog, not knowing that he's in bad territory, but the binding going to come down. That's actually great. As he gets the ulti to slow down the AMO, and Frostbite picks up another kill.
That might be Baron here also. They're pinging it.
They are going to be making a move towards Baron as Cheeseblaze is trying to force things in the top lane. But the Nutcase just able to fend him off. Delicious Daddios, they're not seen. Nobody's reacting to this. The AMO being dead, they just have to concede this Baron.
Yeah.
Cheeseblaze going in with the ulti there. He's gonna get all that healing, but Minor Threat able to burst him down. Now having that Trinity Force, but
the outplay there.
Dangerous Fiora. Now with a completed Ravenous Hydra, that's very difficult to deal with.
Delicious Daddios are just getting whatever they want here. They just got Baron, they just got the red buff. Their ward coverage is also very good.
Yeah, Delicious Daddios did really impress me. The Cataclysm coming down, though, is easy to flash out. The Delicious Daddios really impressed me with their forward-moving vision. Last time that I watched them, they really pushed their tempo with that. And we can see it here again. They have both sides of their jungle warded up, and they're just paying attention to where this team is going and matching them. The AMO going in for another fight. Minor Threat gonna be able to pick that up. Not gonna die. Frostbite getting exhausted onto, but he's just kiting his little heart away as he flashes out. He gets the first kill.
Oh,
The Ruden's Hurricane coming down.
the kite.
Nutcase not able to catch onto him. There we go, and finally Frostbite goes down, almost taking out the team.
Not a bad last
Wow.
stand by Frostbite there.
Just dodging everything. So much damage. That 3-item Jinx, now at the point that she doesn't really need anything as long as she doesn't get Sata on top of.
And Delicious Daddios pick up the dragon, and during that time while they were chasing the Jinx, the rest of the team was getting objectives, so they're just pushing their lead farther and farther.
Just pressuring in with their advantage, using that Baron buff. They're going to be pushing into these side lanes. We see two members pushing each bottom and top here. So they're just trying to use their Baron advantage, and Nikomite flashing in, commanding that ball forward before the shockwave to finish it off, getting a free pick onto that brand there. Cheeseblaze is going to get engaged upon. We see that grand challenge coming out. We'll see if he can actually take down Minor Threat, but the damage reduction is enough. Nikomite taking down the Amos, trying to defend the inhibitor. 4v3 now we see as they're pushing in. Ice getting a little bit of poke on a Nikomite. It's going to be an inhibitor down and at least one Nexus tower.
Gank top please really can't afford to give up this top inhibitor. They're going to have a very rough time.
Yeah, they need to start stemming the bleeding here. Oh my gosh, Minor taken out immediately by that Jinx Rockets, but Jinx Rockets just coming out dealing so much damage. Nikomite getting that shockwave off to stick them in the middle. Jinx just starts chasing everybody down.
Yeah, the
dodges onto the brand. Superhero able to pick that up. Jinx got excited again.
Yeah, looks
wow.
Like GG here.
And Frostbite, great performance, 14-3-6 on that Jinx here. Just able to slowly progress their lead, only losing one tower this game. And first game goes to Delicious Daddios. An 11k gold lead, up 8 kills. Very scrappy.
Yep, very scrappy.
Well, coming out of the game, let's take a quick look at the stats here, as we do see that the most damage in the game was that Jinx, followed closely behind by that Orianna. Definitely the carries for Delicious Daddios here were that Jinx and the Orianna, functioning as a very good pair for them. The Hecarim not doing much damage, but just fulfilling the role of being that engaged, picking up those kills on the back end. Any thoughts before we go to break?
I feel like the J4 should have put a little bit more pressure in that bot lane, actually. Might have been able to stop the bleeding a little bit with the Jinx getting so fed, but it was kind of going wrong for Gank top plays all around the map, though.
Yeah, it felt like it was a steady decline. It didn't really feel like they were doing that much wrong. They just weren't coming out on top of the plays. Just slightly outdamaged, slightly outplayed,
Right.
and losing a couple of those team fights. Um, just getting into those team fights and being able to eke out those small advantages just eventually built up into tower pressure that led to the Baron, that led to the snowball. Very well played on the side of Delicious Daddios.
Yeah, that was a great game from them.
Yep, a very good game between these two teams. I'm very excited to see what happens in game 2, but we are going to go to a short 5-minute break, give my voice a chance to rest as we move into game 2 between Gang Top Please and Delicious Daddios. I hope you all stick around. Hello, once again, everybody. We are about to
Everybody.
get into the draft of the second game between Gank Top Please and Delicious Daddios after a very bloody, very entertaining, team fight filled game one. It's exactly what we like to see from these teams. Very entertaining. I am, once again, if you are joining us for the second game, I am Sticks and Cruns. I am joined here by Numentum. And we're going to be coming into the second game in this matchup. We saw two kind of similar compositions actually, with really strong top laners. Um, really swingy. Both teams were very dependent upon snowballing. They both managed to get a little bit of an advantage going. They were winning some fights, trading back and forth. It was really one major team fight where Frostbite got a lot of gold and ended up being able to get to his 3-item spike on Jinx, which is the point at which he does outscale that Caitlyn and just kind of took over the game.
Yeah, Frostbite really took over the game at the end there. Even 1v4ing the whole team with taking one person with him before he died.
Yeah, he played extremely well, but he had the tools and the gold to be able to do that, which I think is it's really to the benefit of the delicious daddios, that they were able to get so many resources onto Frostbite there.
Yeah. And also kudos to ZZ Dog for getting Frostbite there. Also, he had tons of good bindings and a lot of good roams also.
Yeah, really incredible play by ZZ Dog. Um, if you had to give an MVP award to one of the players on these teams, who do you think had the most impact overall?
Uh, my first thought was Frostbite, but I might give it to ZZ Dog because he kept it good. He kept it going well in the bot lane, but he also roamed a lot. Like he went mid and got a few picks for the Orianna as well, so I would give it to ZZ Dog.
I see, and now that I've cast a few of these players' games, I really enjoy watching Nickemite play Orianna. He impresses me every time. Frostbite is a great AD carry. I've only seen him on Jhin and Jinx. I would like to maybe see him on something else this game, just to see how diverse his champion pool is. But that's kind of selfish because I am in his league. Um, but ZZ Dog continuing to impress in that support role, having a very good game on Morgana. I would have to agree, because I think that most of the pressure came from Frostbite just picking up. There was a couple of really free kills in the
Yeah.
early laning phase. Um, let's see. It looks like the spectator link
They
is
posted their name.
up. Okay, that's fine. We can just click on any of the links. We're just in the middle of the game. Okay, so let's see. Bans coming out. Delicious Daddios do have their ban this game, only losing their first 3 due to the sub. Um, so for the first 6 bans, Jhin, Urgot Zillion getting taken away. Gang Top Please not diverting away from their ban strategy. Aurelion, Soul, Aatrox, and Darius taken away by the Delicious Daddios, taking away some of those picks away from Gang Top Please. Morgana, really safe pick, getting picked away from the Delicious Daddios this game. Gonna be played by Dirty Band-Aids this game. It is one of his most played champions. He has very good stats on Morgana. Orianna gonna be picked up, Minor Threats main.
They're just taking away all their mains here.
Yeah, well, the Orianna is actually really interesting for this ban theory because it's a contested pick. So we see Delicious Daddios actually picked up the Anivia just to counter the Orianna, knowing that Miner was going to take it. That's a very good matchup for Delicious Daddios. I mean, Miner obviously comfortable enough to play the Orianna into that Anivia matchup, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Poppy getting taken away, and very interestingly, Gank top please picks away Lucian. We only have one matching lane here, and that's in the mid lane. I have to see whose pools they decide to attack here. Very interesting draft phase. Pantheon.
There's tons of CC on Delicious Daddio so far. Jinx ban coming in. So both the Frostbites, most played champions getting banned out here.
Yep, both of his. He's gonna have to play something new, so I guess my wish was granted.
And the Ezreal ban coming in also.
The Aurelia ban for Delicious Daddios, taking away minor threats. Aurelia? I don't think. Maybe it's just because it's another carry top laner. That's a support Anivia. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So that's a support Anivia. So that has a reasonable matchup in a Morgana, actually, as long as the Anivia doesn't get bound. Not much mobility. The Azir matchup in Orianna kind of goes even. It's mostly just a skill matchup. And Shen's just going to be trying to sit on top of his carries. But the important thing here for getting top, please, is that they picked a proper split push composition. Like, regardless of what the jungle is, the Shen investing into that split push, I think, is going to be their saving grace if they're able to execute properly this game.
That Poppy and Nivea combo is going to be dangerous though, especially with the Zac coming in. It's a lot of CC from Delicious Daddios.
And just Kaisa pick coming out. Just an overall strong pick. Kaisa, I think, is a champion destined to be overpowered.
Another
Um,
late game hard scaling champion there.
yeah, Delicious Daddios actually picked three scaling champions. I mean, depending on your feelings on Anivia support being a scaling champion, since she gets so much less gold, um, they're gonna have to push through to 25 minutes. I mean, the Lucian's going to fall off. The Shen's not going to be able to split push. Actually, can Shen split push all game against Poppy? I actually don't know that matchup that well.
I believe Poppy can stop his dash, so it might be a little bit rough for him up there.
Right. But if the Shen gets ahead, then he'll be able to split push against Poppy, right?
Right. Unless
So
he gets ganked, of course.
right. So it seems like Gank Top please should please Gank Top.
Just like the name says.
The Lucian does need to be semi ahead. The Orianna can just scale. So it seems like if you put a little bit of pressure top lane so that he can just survive through the lane, right? As we get kicked out of the lobby temporarily, we will be right back into picks here. Client did crash. We'll be hopping right into the pick bans, but as I was saying, I think that if the Lucian is able to press his advantage, if Morgana is able to get some picks here in the bottom lane, and the Sejuani puts her pressure top lane, they have a very good composition to deal with Delicious Daddios this game.
Right. The Lucian's really going to have to get ahead. Lucian falling behind is pretty bad. The damage is not as great, so he's really going to have to get a decent lead here if they want to do something.
Yep, and as we're getting reordered, a slight client bug here. Thank you, Riot. What do you think about these compositions overall?
Uh, if Gank top please can get ahead early, they'll be in a good spot. Uh, there's tons of shields coming in for GTP, so we'll see if that'll be enough for this Azir Anivia damage. And also, if the Kai'Sa gets ahead early, it's gonna be a tough one for them. It's gonna be a lot of damage coming in, but with the Shen and Sejuani, they should be okay.
And the ultimate question: what random items are we going to see on Kai'Sa this game?
You never know. You can see Storm Razor, you can see Manamune. She's got a decent amount of builds. I mean, she can go Zonias early if she wanted to.
Yeah, do you think that we see a full AP Zyra, a full AP Kai'Sa here? They probably need the AD, so I imagine that
Yeah, I
it's
don't
going to
think
be
this is
Storm Razor, like
right.
Storm Razor, maybe Runins. Although
Yeah,
I think that Bork is actually really important for her here. She needs the extra damage onto those tanks. Uh, I always just worry with Kai'Sa because it feels like either you're having a great game on Kai'Sa and you're the most broken champion in the game, or you're just getting chased down every time that you try to run away.
right. Looks like the Azir's gonna be taking barrier here.
Minor threat taking that teleport on Orianna. I think that all of the Orianna games that we have seen, they have taken teleport. We'll have to see. I seem to recall ZZ Dog having a bit of experience with the Nivea. We are going to see the Kai'Sa taking a teleport here, which is also very, very interesting.
And ZZ Dog taking that heal for him there.
Yeah.
Interesting bot lane here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm not even sure how this plays out. I've played AD carry for like 5 years. I have no idea how
Yeah,
that's supposed to go. So we've got the compositions. Um, we're about to pull into the 3-minute delay here. What do you think the win conditions are for both of these teams?
I feel like for Delicious Daddios, they're gonna have to get a strong lead at the very beginning of the game. GTP can sit back a little, except for the Lucian. He's gonna have to get a good gold lead and get his items early, but if the rest of the team waits, they can build that strength with their team comp. I feel like they might have a better team fight here. The Sejuani and Shen, and the Orianna and the Morgana. But if Delicious Daddios gets ahead early, then they're gonna have the advantage.
Mystic Wave says win early or die late, and I think that's a pretty good analogy situation that they're in here. I feel like there's just too much scaling from Delicious Daddio. They
Yeah,
have to get the solution ahead. They
yeah,
have
Lucian
to.
really needs to get ahead here.
And we'll have to see how this ends up playing out. I think that we'll have to look at what the gold spread looks like at 2 items. At 2 items, if Gang Top Please is doing pretty well, they've got a really good shot of possibly taking down the Delicious Daddios here.
Yeah, they do have a good um, peeling comp for this solution, and if the Orianna can get ahead, they do have a lot of protection for her. Also, the Sejuani, the Morgana, Shen, like they do have a chance. I feel like they're always going to have a chance in this game, unless Delicious Daddios get super far ahead, but they should have a decent chance.
Poppy taking Ignite. I'm just now noticing Zach taking Ignite. Delicious Daddios are not playing.
The Smite Ignite
The
jungle.
Smite Ignite. Ah, man, they're just going to be going in. They want to
Yeah,
accelerate the pace of this game because they know that they've got so much scaling.
yeah. It's what they have to do, and they know it.
It's probably where the teleport on Kaisa choice derived from, to be honest. I mean, that's really, really smart. That's really good adaptation. I mean, that just shows such foresight in the things that we're saying, like how they have to play this game to win. It's very good.
I still wouldn't count out GTP though.
Oh no. No, I think GTP has a very good chance. I mean, I talked about at 2 items, they're going to be their strongest. They're going to be able to utilize that Shen as a split pusher properly once all of them have 2 items. So we'll have to see if they're able to get there, how they get there. Um, but they definitely have to make something happen in this early game. We need to see AMO getting some ganks, getting some momentum rolling for them. All right, everybody, we are loading game of game 2 between Gang Top Please on the blue side and Delicious Daddios on the red. For those of you that are just joining after draft phase, just want to see the gameplay, I am Sticks and Crons, and I'm joined here by my very good friend.
You meant him.
As we pull into this game, we got a battle of titans, very fighty teams. Both of these teams. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. Let's see. Can we get a vote in the chat of who we think is favored as we're loading in here? We'll see if anybody responds. We're at 96%. Of course you're biased, Aileron. Right. It seems like it always feels like man, the tribunal. They're all on the side of GTP.
Rooting for their boy.
Rooting for their fellow tribunal members. Lest we not poke fun at them and be banned from casting. Go TDK. Well, you gotta hold your allegiance. All right. Finally gonna get into this game. Sorry for the pause, folks. We're just waiting for Rito's client to let us in.
Thank Rito.
Yeah. TSM. Whoever that is, I have to be a fan of them now. I just have to be. All right. Let's see if there are any invades. Do you feel like one of these teams has a significant advantage in the support role?
Uh, Not really. I feel like it's pretty even here.
Moving as a 5-man, both teams trying to invade opposite sides of the jungle.
Switcheroo.
They're moving in. I feel like there should just be Jaws music playing as they both just search mindlessly. They're not gonna find anything, but they're looking for it.
Yep.
As we see Gang Top, please, starting to rotate their way over to the Both
Gank
teams
top,
realizing.
Gank top please actually took a pretty weird route there, going straight through the top lane.
Kai'Sa's backing and going top.
Probably going to ward that red buff there.
And then use TP back down the lane.
I
The
guess.
gank top plays is moving back into their jungle. They're looking towards this red side. Frostbite does have TP, but
He's gonna get spotted there.
this could be a fight. They're sticking around this red buff. The Z-Dog hits the double stun. The flash binding comes out by Dirty Band-Aid. Catching on the Cheese Blaze, but not enough to stop them from contesting this. This is a 3v4. Nikomite giving up his presence to lane. Another double stun coming out from ZZ-Dog. The red smited away by Superhero as the flash forward. First Blood going down to the Zac and gets away the red buff. What a huge play by Delicious Daddios.
Yeah, Delicious Daddios really playing to their win condition here, going full aggro. Frostbite is at the top lane, which is kind of weird. Looks like they're gonna go with that Poppy and Nivea combo in the bot lane, actually.
Yeah, and Nivea has a Doran's ring. This is going to be a gank bottom for SEC Superhero, pushing his lead. He has that ignite himself still. Dirty Band-Aid's going to get punched the red buff. The flash forward by Cheese Blaze is going to take away the kill onto the Morgana. The Nutcases is getting poked to hell by Frostbite. Adaptation. Nature finds a way. And Nivea is going to be looking to get all of that farm and serve as a true AP carry in this game.
Shen's gonna have a rough time up there with the Kai'Sa now.
These lane assignments are yeah, just they're genius. Coder on roll says they're trying to be G2. Ooh, Nutcase gonna get taken down by Frostbite in that 1v1. Expecting him to be a little bit tankier, but not hitting that Shadow Dash into the taunt.
The Shen can get a TP here. Maybe the Sejuani can visit top lane.
AMO getting pulled back by Superhero as he starts to chase him down. He's got the buff still. Superhero does. He's slowing down the Sejuani, but nothing comes of it. Binding going down by Dirty Band-Aids, but I just gets pinned into the wall by Cheese Blaze. Nivea helping out there, but just over predicting his damage, and Dirty Band-Aids is taken down by ZZ-Dog. Nivea's passive does get popped, but Ice is 1 HP. The jungler, Zac, is just invading into the jungle indiscriminately. In that case, trying to help out, but a lot of tempo on the side of Delicious Daddios. Only 4 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Yep, they're playing exactly how they needed to so far. Full
Taunt going down on the Frostbite. That's going to be a lot of damage. He does use that E to get away. In that case, taking a little bit of return damage. But not enough to dissuade him from farming.
Frostbite is not afraid at all in this top lane.
He's just going after him.
Yeah, he's
getting
got
his items. In that case, he's going to find him. The Shadow Dash is going to come out. He's blocking those autos. Frostbite taunted up, but the directed camera switches away. Frostbite disengages. Thank you.
It looked like for a second Nutcase was going to get a kill there, but somehow Frostbite was able to get out of it.
Frostbite getting autoed to death here. Almost. Flashes out of there.
Gets away.
Living with a measly under 30 HP. Just remember, kids, it's not cheese, it's a strategy. Binding going down onto the Poppy here. And it looks like the Kai'Sa went into BF sword. That is going to be a Storm Razor Kai'Sa.
Kai'Sa looks like she's roaming bot now.
Maybe they're finally lane swapping. One can only imagine.
She's been spotted.
The inner machinations of their minds are an enigma.
Hey, whatever works. They have the lead so far. 2k gold lead.
Yeah, and ZZ Dog, like, up in CS a whole wave. Up on ice. I mean, they did get that kill, but still, it's cast her into a very normal meta lane. So, we're going to see the Ocean Drake getting forced here by Delicious Daddios, knowing that they have this early game pressure. They are going to get spotted out. Dirty Band-Aids does know that he's there, but the smite's going to come down, takes away that Ocean Dragon. More tempo and momentum for Delicious Daddios here. Pinned into the wall is the Lucian. The Black Shield just gets bursted through. The Ignite comes down, but there's a Frostbite there. The shield is coming out. Ice is not running. He might have lagged there. The pool's going to come down, but there's 4 bot.
Yeah, the Delicious Daddy is really pushing this. And there goes Frostbite to TP in the top.
Using that TP advantage to get a lot of gold here. Frostbite actually the one roaming away on this team. Dirty Band-Aid still level 4, is going to get chased down. Cheese Blaze flashes, breaks the Black Shield, is not able to push her back in. Minor Threat taking a lot of damage in that Azir matchup. Minor Threat up in CS. Zach's gonna hop in. Anivia has him stunned up. He's gonna get pushed up against the wall. Cheese Blaze on that Poppy, hitting all of the walls as Frostbite's gonna get engaged upon. But Nutcase has done this trade a few times. He always loses it in the return because of that passive, but flashing onto him. Frostbite able to use that ulti to get away. Takes the grasp of the Undying, and that's gonna be it for him, as Superhero is also able to pull away a kill from that Morgana. Delicious Daddios
The Amo
putting their foot on the gas.
The Amo really needs to try and help out the bot lane here. They're just gonna keep going.
And it does look like this first tower is going to go down in the bottom lane for first tower blood. Minor Threat just getting so much poke down on Nikomite. Very comfortable in this mid lane. Binding coming down. Dirty Band-Aid still level 4. Getting stunned up. ZZ Dog just needs to see him. He's not able to get off that shard of ice. A little bit of farming happening. Dirty Band-Aid's actually able to steal away that Krug. Stops the back. So it's 9 minutes into the game. You got a 5k gold lead. The next dragon's in Earth. How do they best push their advantage from this position?
So far, I mean, they're probably just gonna keep doing what's working and keep pushing that bot lane.
Ammo looking for something top lane. The Shadow Dash does come down. She's gonna get that CC stacked on top of her. She is gonna flash away. Auto comes down. The red buff applying. Ammo gonna tank it up. The Nutcase not able to get the auto. The last tower shot does come down. Let's see if Frostbite can take this out as the Shadow Dash comes down. The taunt hits onto Frostbite, and that is a dead 80.
Very nice play from the Nutcase there. It almost went the wrong way for him.
Very close to disaster. but a good play on the side of Gank top.
Okay.
Ooh, a little bit of damage going down. Minor threat using that shockwave, but not able to pull anything out. ZZ Dog not getting low enough there. ZZ Dog does have his passive, which might get taken away here. Able to barely get away with it. Cheese Blaze threatening on into him. Superhero hitting onto the Morgana. She's going to use the Black Shield on herself. It's not going to be enough to pop it. The wall goes down, but Dirty Band-Aids flashes over it. Looks like Superhero is going to go in on this again, canceling the slingshot. That does remove some of its cooldown. Nikomite roaming into this jungle, level 8 here. Gets seen by the level 6 Sejuani. Let's see if he's able to take this fight. Frostbite is roaming down. He did have priority, but the Shen ulti is going to come down. It does, in fact, finish. Minor threat on a Nikomite. AMO in a bad spot now, though, as he's getting chased down by this Kaisa. The Dark Binding does hit onto him. Frostbite's going to get soloed out by Nutcase, but it's Nutcase is now getting chased down. As a Zactus get into the back line, he starts bouncing everyone around. He's able to finish off that CC, and that is a 2-for-1. Let's see if they're able to transition it into any objectives.
It looks like their next move is probably to go to the dragon down there. Or actually, Rift Herald is what they're deciding to do, I guess.
Rift Herald is going to be the target here as they move over to it. That Rift Herald is going to be a pretty free takeaway. The blue team is pinging towards the Earth Dragon. They want to rotate to it, but they got to get the solution farm.
Delicious Daddios are probably going to take that Rift Herald either top or mid here. Push their lead and maybe even get the dragon also.
If they could get this dragon, it would be a huge swing in their favor. They need to have the Earth Dragon, specifically so that they can actually push the waves in and get objectives when they do win this fight. It will help them swing the game back in their favor and away from this gold lead.
Yeah, and it looks
It's a
like
tough sell.
up here.
Let's see, there is going to be AMO running in. They don't know the HP of the dragon. AMO's not in a position to steal it. They both have smite. No, a superhero didn't have smite, and the AMO didn't have smite. It was just a fight over the dragon, and Delicious Daddios just have better positioning there.
Lucian needs to be careful here.
Nice has to flash away. Superhero not being able to hit that slow onto him. Band-Aid's almost caught out there by ZZ Dog. The ulti coming out from the AMO onto Nikomite. He just flashes out. The shockwave's going to come out and hit Cheese Blaze, taken down by the Lucian. That's a little bit of gold on him. AMO able to get out, lives there. Nikomite going in a little bit more aggressive, but it looks like they're just going to walk away from this play. And a Vampiric Scepter being built by the Kaisa.
Looks like she's going to be going Bloodthirster first here.
A little bit of damage coming out. Minor threat doing really good DPS. 2 levels up on the ZZ Dog here. 1 level up on Nikomite. Dirty Band-Aid is going to go in. Those Soul Shackles are going to hit down onto ZZ Dog. His passive is going to be popped. Inside of that field, the Azir damage is worthless. In that case, able to help out and get a kill down there in the bottom lane. AMO getting hit down onto. He actually disrupts the knock-up with his Q. The Nutcase stand united coming through. Cheese Blaze gonna get chased down onto by the AMO, gonna run away now. So they can't decide which one they want to focus. and end up getting neither of them. What a shame. But a very good counter gank. Good play by the AMO to stop the knock up there that actually made that a fight.
Yeah, the AMOs are actually putting a decent amount of work into trying to bring this game back right now. 3 of the 5 kills they've gotten are because of him.
Yeah, trying to make an impact on the map using that level 6 now on Sejuani. Arguably more utility in that than the Zac. Cheeseblade's taking a huge chunk.
Delicious Daddios really need to be careful here because if they can get that Lucian a few more kills, they're going to be pretty dangerous.
Stun going down, or the binding, excuse me, going down on to the Poppy there. Nikomite playing a little bit aggressive at pink ward in the bush. This is where ZZDog wants to fight. Inside of these tight spaces. The tickling is coming down. The Sejuani ulti goes down on to the Anivia as they do catch on to her. Nikomite getting chased down by the AMO. That pool going down underneath him. Soul Shackle's coming out again. Second time in that fight. Wow.
That comeback run here.
That is completely balanced, and I love Riot and their design. Nutcase is gonna dash in. He actually gets Frostbite under tower. He's just barely not able to pick that up as Cheeseblaze is gonna start kiting down onto him. Manages to get the Nutcase off of him. Not able to pick up a kill onto that Kaisa. Gonna be taking this top tower away.
Frostbite barely survives again. Looks like they're just gonna be trading tier 1s here. Does that come?
Superhero trying to go in, and he finds Minor Threat, does manage to bounce him up. Let's see if ZZDog is able to hit anything. ZZDog slowing on to Minor Threat. It's a little bit of trade damage back, not able to catch anything there. Frostbite TPing behind, almost getting onto Minor Threat. Frostbite flashes over the Shockwave, but manages to pick up that kill on Minor Threat. Well played, Delicious Daddios.
Yeah, Minor Threat really didn't want to give away that gold either.
No, he didn't.
He was 3-0 before that.
I mean, it's not nothing to give a Kaisa a blue buff, you know?
Yeah. And Delicious Daddios are just pushing their lead farther here, taking.
It's actually being built into a cutlass, I see, on that Kaisa. What in the world is this sorcery?
This is a Kaisa build I haven't seen yet. Looks like she's going for that.
Bork. Oh, that's, Tyler One does that.
Does he?
I don't know if he got it from somewhere, but I have seen that before. That's kind of ridiculous. Cheeseblaze playing a little bit aggressive onto here, just trying to get that pressure. Nutcase having to dash over the wall in order to be able to fight. Cheeseblaze running the opposite way as ZZDog. ZZDog is eventually going to get chased down. The Shockwave does come out. Ice is going to chase him with the tickling. The flash heal to get away here as Ice just starts pounding down onto ZZDog. Sweet, sweet victory as Cheeseblaze is getting chased down through the jungle. See if they're able to catch up to him. And he's trapped now in the jungle. This should be the death of Cheeseblaze. We see the binding comes down. Dirty Band-Aid's picking that up. Minor Threat with no ulti, but Nikomite slowed up. Has to run away from Nutcase coming off from the side. And just like last game, there has been a kill a minute.
Oh, Ice needs to be careful.
Frostbite going down onto Ice, but the Stand United is going to come out from the Shen. Nutcase not going to be able to get on a Frostbite, I don't think. Superhero is going to hop away. First Tower Blood, not first Tower Blood, but the Tower Blood going down. Frostbite just uses that Kaisa ulti to get the other side of the fight, and he's out.
Yeah, he survives there, but I feel like he could have spent his. The tower's gonna go down anyway. He could have gone, maybe rotated mid with his team and gotten something else.
No, it is important to mention they have reduced the gold lead here to 4K. Getting top, please, has gotten 2 towers. they might just be able to stay relatively close in gold here. And if they just manage to get a little bit of items on solution, they have a really good shot at taking down these tanks. I do not think all is lost for Gank top, please.
No. And that Orianna has a pretty decent gold lead over the Azir there.
Dirty Band-Aids, Soul Shackles coming out, gonna get knocked. Black Shield getting taken down. Nikamite is gonna have nowhere to run if he doesn't want to get onto that Sejuani ulti, but I lied, he takes the soldiers over into the chicken pit. Minor threat. Command Shockwave gonna miss. Just perfectly field goals between two members. And that is a shame for Gank top, please, who's trying to make something happen here. Sejuani does go in, but doesn't manage to find anything. The Orianna ulti and the Morgana ulti are both down, though they will be up shortly. That's going to be a binding going down onto the jungler. He's pretty low now. Also, it is AP Zac. If you guys wanted something unique and original, well, this is the game for you.
Yep. Oh.
Ooh, Nutcase taking down Nikamite, getting that quick taunt onto him. Cheeseblaze is now getting chased down. The Lucian does have a Bork. He's able to take down those tanks very effectively. Looks like Dirty Band-Aids is going to go down there, but the Kaisa finally taken out. Frostbite's going down to the Lucian, but still able to pick up that kill post-mortem there.
Yeah, the Nutcase chased down that Poppy, but it might have been a little bit better if he kind of helped his Orianna getting chased down by that Kaisa there.
But every minute that this game goes on, ZZ Dog is getting more farm, and we know the terrors of late game Anivia. So difficult to deal with. We just need to see some kind of big play by Gank top, please. I feel like if they could find one good team fight to rally around, that they've got a really, really good shot in this game.
Yeah, they almost had it in that last team fight. They just need to stick
Soul Shackle's
together.
going down. It's going to block the stun out from Anivia. That's going to be the CC coming down as the Anivia just not able to move. Minor threat coming up. That's going to be a kill for the Nutcase, but a free pick onto that Anivia playing a little bit too aggressively. Good pick by Gank top, please. That's the kind of stuff that they need to do to get back into this.
Right.
And punch the ward. And punch the ward.
Starting to do the Baron dance around here.
Shockwave coming down his poke. Not dealing too much onto that Zac, who is still very tanky despite his AP here. It looks like he's going actually for a pretty basic tank Zac build. He just supplemented his damage with Leandries so that he can help with those frontliners. All right, let's see. Based off of what's happening now, what do you think the state of the game is here? Oh, looks like there's gonna be another Nutcase goes in onto the Azir. That's a 3-man Shockwave by Minor Threat. They're gonna start getting chipped away. The AMO getting 2 kills. The flash forward by Ice. It's the second passive popped as shutdowns are coming down. Minor Threat chasing onto Frostbite. That's so much damage. Let's see if the Orianna can catch up. Frostbite still has ulti, but Minor Threat gonna be able to take him down.
Minor Threat.
And just as we say they need a big team fight, they come out with one.
There it is. Just what they needed. And they get the dragon on top of it.
We now see Minor Threat score 5-2 and 9. A proper opportunity to carry his team here. How are we feeling now?
Yeah, I mean, I called it from the beginning. If GTP can last to the late game, they got a good chance at that Orianna damage and that strong beefy front line they got. They're probably gonna want to look and get the Baron here.
Binding going down. That's going to be a lot of DPS down onto the Poppy. Shockwave is going to hit the Azir, which actually disengages. The Anivia with all the CC isn't going to be able to hold up a slow field. She's going to get taken down. No passive. Poppy does manage to get out, but that's such a good play for Gank top, please, especially with the Baron up. More fighting coming down. They're looking for it. It's going to get knocked away. That Shen is by the Justicar's hammer, I believe. A little bit of a fight going down. Nikamai having to run. The Sejuani coming out. The tickling does not manage to kill on to the Poppy, barely tickling them. Ice is going to get chased down by the jungler here. The superhero doesn't manage to get that kill. Nikamai coming over the wall. The Kai'Sa is going to actually use her ulti to get on top of that as the binding does hit, trying to peel for the nutcase here. Dirty Band-Aids might have still going to come down. He's actually going to take this fight against the jungler. They're just going to have to agree to disagree. They both walk opposite ways as Delicious Daddios make a move towards the Baron.
Yeah, I feel like GTP stayed a little bit too long in the mid lane there. Now giving up the Baron, unfortunately.
The comebacks were real, and here we are. 6k gold down still, 18 to 19. Down quite a few towers here. Actually, even in towers.
Oh, the flash.
But the Anivia not able to steal away the blue buff there, trying to get chased down. Nothing's gonna come of it though.
That is
Having to blow that flash.
Yeah, that is the flash off the Anivia. Could be trouble later on when they team fight.
Yeah, that double mountain dragon just absolutely destroying that Baron there.
Let's see if Delicious Daddios can finish this game though. They're gonna have to take the Baron somewhere.
We have the Baron on now. Let's see if they can convert it in Twitter. They have a lot of lane push. The blue buff on that Anivia. They have a lot of tools here. They're in a very good spot. Let's see if they can close out. It's going to be a scrappy mid game if ever there was one. Cheeseblaze is just looking for it. Shockwave coming out onto two people as they were just looking. It looked like they were just defending the tower, but Orianna pulled the trigger. Not able to get anything off of it there.
Anivia almost going down there. No flash.
Anivia very low. Kai'Sa dashing in. We're going to see the Zac try to engage onto Ice's to dodge the slingshot. The Stand United coming through. They're all grouped in the mid lane. We're going to see a team fight here. As if that should be a surprise at this point. Baron minions doing most of the work.
I don't think GTP has enough health to stay here. They might get dove right now. We'll see what the Zac decides to do.
Have to see. Superhero does have that Warmog. It's very useful in these siege scenarios. Anivia, just permanent slow field.
Yeah, that's not
playing around that. Oh, a double shockwave comes down. They're gonna try to engage, but the Poppy is able to peel. Knocks up two of the dashes. Cheeseblaze goes on to minor threat, manages to take them down. They're getting dove as Ice is going to be super low. The Zac passive gets popped, but Dirty Band-Aids is gonna get chased down by Frostbite. And Frostbite's gonna go down to the tower. That's still... Ooh, Dirty Band-Aids just barely able to get out. Ooh, and the smite comes down to take him down. They've got the Baron. They've got a wave. That is going to be the game, it looks like, for Delicious Daddios in this game too. A 2-0 sweep in fairly decisive fashion.
Right, the G2 comp is just too strong.
And we have a game with 43 kills in 31 minutes. And that is where Delicious Daddios thrive, is in these scrappy Clown Fiesta games that they always seem to force the enemy team into. What a game.
The Orianna just couldn't get enough damage off on those really tanky Zac and Poppy there.
Let's take a quick look at the stats. Orianna doing the most damage on GTP, really trying to carry, but just not enough in the end.
Yeah, the Lucian really couldn't get his item spike there. He had a rough time.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
the unconventional Poppy Anivia bot lane though.
the unconventional Poppy and Nivea, it did get them a kill in the early game, but I think that this game, we really need to look at superhero. 10,
Yeah.
1, and 6 on that Zac, most gold in the game.
And
Had
without
a huge
flash.
impact. And without flash.
The no flash Zac.
He almost did as much damage as the Kaisa. If we're giving out MVPs, it definitely has to go to superhero.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Definitely made an impact.
yeah, definitely made an impact. Let's see.
GTP not putting up a bad fight there though. They almost made the comeback. Just couldn't really group it together at the end there.
Yeah, we are going to see if either of the teams are interested in doing an interview. Um, C Dog is asking proper protocol. Looks like we might have all 5 people pile in here.
I want to hear about these picks. These game 2 picks.
Yeah,
Next
I'm really
time.
looking forward to it. I wonder if we are interested. All right, let's go ahead and hop into post-game interview. I'm telling anybody who wants to get in, needs to get in. From,
Delicious Daddios.
so I guess we'll see who shows up. Hello.
Well, hello.
Hello, hello. Very good game.
Why, thank you.
Decisive fashion. Do you know if anybody else is coming?
They heard you asked for one, so we decided to send me. But if you want more of us, they're willing.
I mean, yeah, however many you guys want. I mean, we could find questions for all of you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, they're all watching the stream, so they'll hear that and they'll pop in one at a time. I'm sure.
I'm sure that they will. So that second game, you guys had bans.
Mhm.
How much do you think that that just having those bans influenced this game?
Um, gonna be honest, not an awful lot. Let's see. We banned out what Darius, which was, I guess, pretty influential from the first match. But by the time we banned out the Irelia, they'd actually already selected their mid laner. So we only ended up taking away one of their picks with all 5 of our bans. I guess maybe the Pantheon could have been put top, but so 1, maybe 2.
So hello everybody. We have the
Hello.
entire crew of
Shalom.
Delicious Daddios in the interview. I think this is the first time that we've gotten a whole team, but it's great. I first want to say congratulations to you guys. Two very, very well played games. You guys played the style that you're accustomed to, focusing on those team fights, and it's rather refreshing to see a team that has a definitive style in the league.
Well, thank you.
We try to keep it simple. So that way, we're not the biggest brain players, but we like to think we are.
We don't have the heart or the brain. The heart is the strongest muscle.
Yeah, I think you just proved with that sentence you don't have.
Yeah, well, okay.
So we have a unique opportunity to sort of open up to the team. What was your strategy going into the pick phase for either both of these games? Anything of note?
Game 2, we kind of were pretty sure we locked playoffs with game 1, so we wanted to try something memey, and we settled on Poppy and Nivea in the break time.
We wanted to play Lucian top because we've had this joke since what Worlds was it? Worlds 2016?
No, it wasn't Worlds. It was Hooney in summer playoffs, I think.
Okay, yes, that's
For
what it was. So
IFP.
Hooney played Lucian top, and they did terrible. Immortals did, and we've had this joke about that for forever. So we wanted Lucian top, but they picked it, so that kind of sucked.
And then as far as middle and jungle, we just kind of wanted to pick some off-meta stuff that played along with the joke.
So the no flash was part of that.
Oh
No
yeah.
flash Zach?
Oh yeah. Actually, queuing into game 1, I haven't played in like a week or so, and I asked ZZ Dog what's the meta build for Hecarim right now, and he says Smite Ignite. And I'm like, really? No flash? He's like, yeah, it's in right now. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. He's like, yeah, just stick with what you're comfortable with. So like second game when we were going full meme, I went for Smite Ignite, and oh boy, did it pay off.
It did pay off. Doing the second most damage on your team, you really did well in that second game. Must feel good to have a good performance on Zach like that.
Oh, for sure. Normally, I'm the one who like shits the bed on our team. Like I'm known for like a jungle play style that's super macro focused, but like whenever it comes down to the actual fights, I'm the first one to die. So it was nice to have a little change of pace.
Yeah, it's hard to be macro focused when we don't have any macro.
I mean, you
So
got some kind of macro. You got pushed all the turrets. You got most of the dragons. You got 3 out of 4, and the Baron.
I will say they did a good job of catching us out a couple times. I was getting a bit worried.
Oh, I greeted for way too many blue buffs that game.
Yeah, I know.
I think the main issue is that we hard won the early game, and then when we hit middle game, we weren't quite ready to initiate the Fiesta strategy, and so we just kind of floundered.
I don't think anyone was expecting the early game to go well, so we're like...
I don't think we thought it was going to go quite that well. We thought it would last a bit longer. So then when mid-game hit a bit early, we didn't switch mindset from lane to mid-game fast enough.
And I will say from a mid lane perspective, I was the Azir in that second game. I was just like not doing very much, to be honest, because Azir is not one of my prominent picks. So I was going into an Orianna that I think probably knew what they were doing on Orianna. So I was just like not doing anything into that. And so I think that our Fiesta strategy sort of broke down with having one player not really being effective. Yeah.
We did see that Orianna get very ahead that game. I do want to bring attention to one thing, is we are trying to be somewhat educational. You guys put so much pressure on the vision here. 104 vision score coming out just from you guys placing wards aggressively. I mean, Dirty Band-Aids was just having to constantly be sweeping everywhere.
That is a thing that as solo queue players we have learned, and like the start of last season when we started really playing with each other more, we noticed that was a big problem we had, is we were not getting vision. So then we'd lose late game just due to lack of vision, and we have stepped that up.
Yeah, dude, you can't Fiesta without the lights on.
Well, it's always a pleasure to cast for you guys. Our stream host is getting attacked by Kid Aggro. So congratulations on your games. You both played very well. Thank you for agreeing to come and talk to us for a little while about your game. Well played.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much for casting these.
Yeah, of course, man. It's my pleasure. I'm very blessed to be able to help people learn, and it was a pleasure casting with you, Momentum.
Yeah,
course.
some of our potatoes can't stream very well.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
thank you, everybody. It was fantastic casting for you, as always. I hope that you enjoyed the games. A lot of team fights, a lot of action. We will catch you next time here on the stream, Casual EAL. This was Delicious Daddios versus Gank Top Please. Everybody have a good night.